All right, today we're going to finish up 1.6 and we're going to solve an equation with irrational exponents. Very important to remember that this is a set of strategies to help you deal with complex problems. And so noticing what strategies we're using and looking at the similarities to the problems that you are dealing with is going to be key to actually applying these. So it may not exactly look like this on a homework set, but using these ideas is going to be huge for you. Okay, so let's say we've got something like this. X minus 4, the expression to the 2/3 power equals 25. Well, what we're going to remember is when we're dealing with a rational exponent, there are ways to eliminate these. And one of the things that I'm going to show you here is like if we have x squared and we raise it to the 4th power, this is going to be x to the 2 times 4, so x to the 8th. Why is that important? Well, right here when we multiplied the exponents, it was power to a power, means multiplied exponents. And so if I have this 2/3 power, something I can do is I can raise that to the reciprocal power. And then I'm going to multiply those, and the exponent then essentially becomes 1. Well, I got to raise the other side to the 3/2 as well. And so what happens is I have x minus 4 to the 2/3 times 3/2 equals 25 to the 3/2. And so this is essentially x minus 4 to the 1st power equals 25 to the 3/2. And so this is x minus 4 equals, now I can evaluate this power. It's actually going to be the square root of 25 to the 3rd, which gives us 5 to the 3rd, which is 125. And so x minus 4 equals 125. I will add 4 to both sides. So x is equal to 129. An important step in these, because these are part of a section where we have to watch out for extraneous solutions, is we're going to plug this back in. And so I'm going to take my original expression, x minus 4 to the 3/2, or sorry, to the 2/3 equals 25. 129 minus 4 to the 2/3 equals 25. We're going to check this. So 125, and this is going to be the cube root of 125 squared equals 25. And so the cube root of 125 would be 5, and so 5 squared equals 25. So my solution is good. So box that up. X equals 129 is a good solution. Okay, so checking those solutions to make sure everything's on the up and up, no extraneous solutions. Do another one. This time we're going to involve some fractions, and our equation is going to be 2 over x equals 3 over x minus 2 minus 1. And when we're dealing with fractions, my strategy is to eliminate denominators. So I'm going to eliminate denominators. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a common denominator. And I'll look at all of my denominators here, and this is really over 1. And so my common denominator is x times x minus 2. Well, if I take this whole expression, and I'm going to multiply both sides by that common denominator, what's going to happen is this. I've got x times x minus 2, and that's going to be times what I had, 2 over x, equals. And I've got 3 over x minus 2. And recognize, of course, that this is going to get distributed to both pieces. And so I'll be left with x times x minus 2. And I'm just rewriting my expression here with that distributive property happening. And so really all of these are over 1, if it helps you to think about that in terms of these fractions. And so it's each of these times each of these. So what am I left with? Well, in this one, I've got an x on top and an x on bottom, so they cancel. So I'm left with 2 times x minus 2 equals, and this x minus 2 cancels with this x minus 2, 3x. And then minus, and if I distribute this x in here, I've got x squared minus 2x. And remember, I'm subtracting all of that. Let me clean it up a little bit. 2x minus 4 equals 3x minus x squared plus 2x. Well, now I've got a quadratic because I've got my x squared term, I've got some x stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite. So on this side I've got 5x minus x squared, 2x minus 4. I like to try to keep things on the up and up, so keep things positive. So that's why I'm going to subtract the x squared over here, subtract the 5x, and I'm trying to get to a point where I've got everything equal to 0. So let's rewrite. Now I have x squared on this side minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, so I just subtracted everything from this side and I moved it over to the other side, did the same thing to both sides. And so now I can factor this. And if I factor it, I know I've got minus 4 on top. That first coefficient a goes here and here. I've got b on the bottom, so I need two things that multiply. Whoops. Did that backwards. On top, I've got my minus 4. On bottom, I've got my minus 3. So I need two things that are going to multiply to minus 4 and add to minus 3. So that'll be minus 4 and positive 1. So my factorization is x minus 4, x plus 1, all equal to 0. And so as I solve this, x is going to be equal to 4, or x is equal to minus 1. And I got that by solving each of these pieces, setting them equal to 0. So x plus 1 equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0. Now, the key to this one, I got to check my solution. So right now I have two potential solutions. So if I have x equals 4, I'm going to plug that back in. So I got 2 over 4 equals 3 over 4 minus 2 minus 1. So that's 1/2 equals 3/2 minus 1. So if I convert everything to halves, 3 over 2 minus 2 over 2. So 1/2 equals 1/2. That one checks out. So x equals 4 is a good solution. On the other one, with x equals negative 1, I put in 2 over negative 1 is equal to 3 over negative 1 minus 2 minus 1. So I have negative 2 equals, and now I've got 3 over negative 3 minus 1, so negative 2 equals negative 1 minus 1, so negative 2 equals negative 2. And that's a good solution as well. Making sure to check those solutions when we get done. Okay? Very important steps there. These are long problems, and so the video does get lengthy, but if you are watching this, then you are helping yourself out. Stick with it and keep going. In this one, I'm going to solve with an absolute value. And I've got absolute value of x squared minus 3x equals minus 4x plus 6. Absolute value means two problems. Positive and negative. Okay, and so with positive and negative, I have to work on both of those. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the positive, so x squared minus 3x equals negative 4x plus 6. So that's one that I have to look at. The other one that I have to look at is a negative x squared minus 3x equals minus 4x plus 6. So it's important to take into account that the whole side is going to be negative, and so actually that gets distributed in. And so if I distribute this negative in, I'll get negative x squared plus 3x equals minus 4x plus 6. These are the two equations I got to solve. So let's work on them. I need to get everything over to one side because I'm going to set things equal to 0. Add 4x, subtract 6. Add 4x, subtract 6. X squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. When I have that, I can factor it into two things that multiply together to get minus 6, but add together to get my coefficient of 1 here. So it's x plus 3, x minus 2 equals 0. So as I work on this, I got x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, so x is equal to 2, or x is equal to negative 3. So I've got two potential solutions there I'm going to have to check. Over on this side, I'll be left with the same kind of situation where I need to regroup. So in an effort to keep everything positive, meaning I want to get rid of this, so I'm going to add x squared to both sides. And when I regroup, these all go away. So I got 0 equals x squared minus 7x plus 6. And so I need two things that add together to get positive 6. That multiply together to get positive 6 and add together to get negative 7. And so I'm going to have x minus 6, x minus 1. Because these two are going to add together to get me negative 7. So equal to 0, so x minus 6 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0. X is equal to 6, x is equal to 1. I have 4 solutions here. I have to test them all in the original equation. So I'm going to start a new page and we're going to test those solutions. I've got my original equation of x squared minus 3x equals minus 4x plus 6. Testing my solutions, I've got x is equal to negative 3, 2, 6, and 1. So let's just start. X equals negative 3. So I've got the absolute value of negative 3 squared minus 3 times negative 3 equals minus 4 times negative 3 plus 6. Absolute value of 9 plus 9 equals negative 12 plus 6. Positive 12 plus 6. 18 equals 18. So x equals 3, or x equals negative 3 works. Let's do another one. X equals 2. Absolute value of 2 squared minus 3 times 2 equals negative 4 times 2 plus 6. 4 minus 6. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. Simplify this side, I've got negative 8 plus 6, negative 2. So 2 does not equal negative 2. So 2 is not a solution. Let's do another one. Let's test x equals 6. Absolute value of 6 squared minus 3 times 6 equals negative 4 times 6 plus 6. I know it's a lot of work. I know it is. Got 36 minus 18, absolute value of that, minus 24 plus 6, minus 18 equals 18. That is not true, and so 6 does not work. Let's test x equals 1. We've got 1 squared minus 3 times 1 equals minus 4 times 1 plus 6. So on this side I've got minus 4 plus 6, which is 2. On this side I've got 1 minus 4 . 1 minus 3. So I've got the absolute value of negative 2, so 2 equals 2, and so x equals 1 works. So my two solutions are x equals negative 3 and x equals 1. All right, that's the basic gist of 1.6, the second part. I know it's long, I know there's a lot of solutions to check, but make sure you are paying attention to those details, and you will be all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.